time and time again, when issues came up, you seem to be running cover for the president.
I don't think
interested.
that's true. And I think you have absolutely no standing to diagnose somebody's cognitive decline.
And it's very concerning to a lot of people that this could be the leader of the free world.
Okay.
That is all I'm saying. I genuinely feel sorry for Joe Biden.
I appreciate it. I'm sure it was from a place of concern. We all believe that. Laura Trump, thank you so much.
Do you want to apologize to Laura Trump now?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and back to a brand new video. I know it's been like 10 years. I'm exaggerating. It's been a while since I did a long form video. I just took some time off for myself and I wanted to be inspired to make a video as opposed to just putting out videos that I'm not really inspired by. So obviously I'm inspired right now. I'm inspired, i.e. annoyed. And when I'm annoyed, I do a video. So as you saw from the intro, we're going to be talking about Joe Biden and his decline with his health and the potential cover-up that's been happening or that was happening with the left-wing mainstream legacy media. As you saw from the intro, Jake Tapper, who is a journalist over on CNN, co-wrote a book pretty much exposing the fact that Democrats were actively trying to hide Joe Biden's cognitive decline for years while he was president in the White House. And Jake Tapper, you know, is pretty much admitting that he made mistakes in how he reported, that he wasn't being upfront like he should have been. He didn't report the way that he wanted to, and now he's being humbled. And so we're going to go over some clips of his interview with Megyn Kelly. We're also going to go over our favorite ladies over at The View and their perspective, their crazy perspective of this being exposed. The fact that the left actively was trying to hide Joe Biden's decline from the people and how it failed miserably. So let's watch our first clip of Megyn Kelly giving Jake Tapper the smackdown.
Obviously, I feel tremendous humility about my coverage, that Laura Trump interview, for example, etc.
We'll
She saw something that I did not see at the time, 100%. And I own that.
The Laura Trump interview. As a matter of fact, let me show you guys a clip of that interview when Laura Trump was talking actively about Joe Biden's decline, and listen to Jake Tapper gaslighting her, trying to tell her that she isn't a doctor and how dare she say that he has a decline in any way or shape or form. He has a speech impediment. That's what it is. I mean, clearly trying to defend Joe Biden's decline and attacking Laura Trump instead because of her last name. Watch this.
Joe Biden, as we all know, has worked to overcome a stutter. How do you think it makes little kids with stutters feel when they see you make a comment like that?
First and foremost, I had no idea that Joe Biden ever suffered from a stutter. I think what we see on stage with Joe Biden, Jake, is very clearly a cognitive decline.
Okay.
That's what I'm referring to. It makes me uncomfortable
you have
to watch somebody on stage search for
this is so
questions.
amazing.
You're trying to tell me that what I was suggesting was
I think that you
stuttering.
were mocking his stutter.
Yeah,
I think you were mocking his stutter, and I think you have absolutely no standing to diagnose somebody's cognitive decline.
And it's very concerning to a lot of people that this could be the leader of the free world.
Okay.
That is all I'm saying. I genuinely feel sorry for Joe Biden.
I appreciate it. I'm sure it was from a place of concern. We all believe that. Laura Trump, thank you so much.
Do you want to apologize to Laura Trump now?
I've already apologized to her. I called her months ago.
And what did she say?
I mean, I don't want to disclose the contents of a private conversation, but I thought the conversation went well. And she has said this publicly, so I feel fine sharing it. She said that she would never mock anybody's stutter.
Well, isn't that convenient? So you publicly tried to shame her on national television on a live interview, accusing her of elder abuse, pretty much, and attacking a man because of his age, and she's not a doctor, and how dare she try to make these assumptions, and you pretty much tried to gaslight her on national television, and then when it comes out that she actually was telling the truth, and that her intentions were not to attack him for having a speech impediment, but that she was accurately describing what clearly was a cognitive decline, and instead of you being a man and going on live TV and saying, hey guys, remember this interview? Well, I was wrong and she was right. Instead of doing that, you privately call her to secretly apologize over the phone and then claim, well, I don't want to divulge the information of a private conversation. Well, the private conversation happened because of a public conversation of you attacking her and attacking her character, which seems to be the the status quo on the left whenever anybody who is conservative speaks up and speaks out about Joe Biden and the hypocrisy of the left. So I just find it rich that here this man is trying to act as though he is above, apologies publicly because he already had it privately. No, if you try to embarrass somebody publicly, then you owe them a public apology for what you did. Thankfully, Megyn Kelly is making sure that happens.
When I watched that clip, and I'm giving voice to what a lot of people watching the show are feeling, Jake, I feel angry because she was right. And not only did you not allow her to make her comments, but you seemed to try to humiliate her. You had a hostility toward the position, but she was totally right. And then you lectured her on how she was in no position to diagnose cognitive decline, which you guys do at length, including on page 4 of your book. You describe at length his cognitive decline, which is all she tried to do with you. But you had such a visceral reaction to her. And my feeling is that's because you didn't want to hear it.
Megyn gave him the smackdown in that interview, and he literally was trying to chase his tail the entire interview just to keep up. It was great. I'm going to have a link in my description of the full interview that you can watch, where she pretty much questions him and puts him on the hot seat. Of course, he's trying to sell his book, so that's why he's even doing the interview. He definitely is not doing this because he feels bad. He's doing it because he wants to sell books. But nevertheless, it's still very entertaining to watch somebody on the left finally being held accountable for their bullcrap. Now let's take a look at the ladies of The View and their perspective of Joe Biden's decline, and let's see how they feel about the left being held accountable for their lies. Will they take accountability or will they blame Trump?
So, should anonymous sources who talked to Tapper have spoken up about their concerns while he was in office, while he was still in office? And my other question is, why is this important to know now? Yeah, it just seems to me, we got a lot of stuff to be concerned about at the moment.
Whoopi asked, why does it matter now? Why do we care now? What's the big deal? This coming from the same people who still complain and blame Trump for everything that happened 8 years ago. But they're asking why the public is now asking questions about Joe Biden from last week. And now here's Joy Behar and her response to Joe Biden. Remember, Joe Biden, not Trump, Joe Biden.
Here's the Trump's atrocities. I'm going to list them for you.
She's going to list us Trump's atrocities. Trump's atrocities. This is her response to Joe Biden's cognitive decline being put on display by the left-wing news media for once. And her response is, let's go over Donald Trump's atrocities.
Cutting Medicaid. Yeah. Well, this is what we're concerned about now. Oh, I got you. Okay. Cutting Medicaid. When is Jake Tapper going to write a book about the cognitive decline of the person who is in trouble right now?
He's 83, so he's a little stumbly, he's a little rumbly. I can't point to anything that he's done that he did. As running for you. But I'm saying, I want you, not you, but I want somebody to tell me, well, when did you know it was bad?
When did we know it was bad? When he spoke. Ta-da! Helen Keller could have seen the decline. And now here is our favorite race hustler, Sunny Hostin.
What I do think that we should be very, very concerned about are the people that were in the Trump administration that did hold on to information about how Trump was conducting the presidency so that they could make money off of their book.
And that's pretty much how the entire segment went. Trump, 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 Trump. There it is. I mean, it's pathetic. But you know what? I love it. I love Sunny Hostin, and let me tell you why. I love Sunny Hostin because she is our greatest weapon. She is going to single-handedly destroy the Democrat Party. Destroy them. Keep talking. Because every time she talks and spews her nonsense on that platform, she only builds the evidence against her own party and makes it even easier for people outside of her party to win. So, Sunny, I love you. And your slave owner ancestors, I love them too. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this video. What is your perspective of Jake Tapper suddenly now exposing what we all already knew for years about Joe Biden? Do you think his intentions are pure, or is he just trying to make some money? And of course, what do you think about the crazy woman of The View? Yeah, I know. If you enjoy my content, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit my notification bell so you know when I post a brand new video. Until next time,